I think
Has it not
Yeah.
been part of the-
he hasn't applied for.
It turned itself off. I don't know why.
Anyway, so that's 6/1 for the 10 p.m. Okay, done with gay. And we're 6/1 on all of them. Okay, so the next one is bar B. Which one? That's the one, 10-12 more.
C8, yeah. Yeah,
So,
so
so they, let's just see where we ended with that one. They said they would do no sidewalk, no open streets. And they agreed to 12 a.m. Thursday to Saturday and 1 a.m. Thursday to 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday, and 12 a.m. the other days.
My big concern is
Yeah.
there's too many asks in one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
But they
That's a
pulled like
pretty-
half of them back, right?
yeah, but we have the immediate abutting neighbor, we have a letter in there against it from Lucille, who's spoken out about this place. This space is questionable occupancy in the basement, there's no C of O on the building. You know, these guys just took this lease within a year, I mean, they haven't been open a year. They knew exactly what it was going into.
I mean, they've
this.
worked with the
There's a lot of-
neighbors to adjust those hours in the first place to make,
Yes.
to make it, I think that, I forget who said it, but whoever said this, the beer and the wine bar with those hours was something that the community could support because it really fit within the community. And what they're doing here goes against that, and even though there wasn't the public interest for the beer and wine, it met the public interest, whereas this is exactly
What they do.
doesn't meet the public interest, and if they had come with this initially, they would have pushed them back to the 11 and 12 with the, I mean, why would they go later?
Yeah, I mean, it goes against the so far. I mean, it'd be one thing if they came back for an upgrade with.
Without the hours.
They had, and I just,
So why don't you make that offer then? You know, if you're willing to, for on premise at those hours.
I don't know, is the committee willing for on premise with those hours? And
I'm just
then-
saying that was the next step in the process, but I didn't think we were gonna.
they never came for an OP
No,
to us. They knew exactly what they were doing here.
Oh, no,
And their latest hours were midnight when they came. They were very clear on their plan.
right,
This is the quieter side street. It's like, this is the stuff, it's never been loud there. There was illegal work that was created to create the space that was then legalized after the fact. There's just so many little building blocks here that it sounds, there's more issues here than what is happening. And Cormac, you put that lady kind of on the spot about that instead of the applicants.
yeah,
But, it's just a little bit, that's some of those things are compelling arguments. If it was later hours, that's compelling, but, saying, oh, we're a date spot and the guys all wanna order cocktails, I mean, there's ways to work around that stuff and seen that, and, if you really needed to address that, but to have it all at once is sort of, to me is, I don't know, it just doesn't ring quite right.
I also, I mean, I go back to the thing that I said to them too, is like. Your initial question, Carter, is like, so it's just 11 months since you opened. And you're back already, like what's changed about the situation? And what I was looking for that has changed is that. People never really welcomed it now, and clearly. That's a very mixed verdict, right? And a lot of people really still against it, so I'm like,
Well,
why would we change what we found, what we thought the community interest was? 11 months ago.
Well, no, the mixed verdict was what Donna pointed out. You should have figured this out before you came here.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
And coming to us with an application that says you want to be open till 2, you want to have seating on a sidewalk that's obviously not wide enough, leaves us without sort of some of the commentary from the detractors on this and what it is, and also some skepticism of what the operator would be okay with and what they need to to work.
And that attorney
So-
came to us with another thing tonight and she already worked it out. So she knows what she should.
No, they didn't, I mean, we have the letters in the drive that the response they gave to the block association.
Yeah.
It was very clear in those letters, they did not want to negotiate then, they wanted to come, I think they thought that all the people coming in support would outdo.
But the attorney for another case did a better job.
Right, but
But she
this
said I
may-
didn't
no,
know.
hold on, I mean, but this may have been out of the attorney's.
She may not have been brought in
You know.
fully in the process, and there are a lot of.
Yeah, but
Look, it's critiquing the attorneys, like,
I'm not critiquing the attorney, I'm just saying.
They know, she knows,
Yeah.
just, you know, they're not gonna throw their.
So that's worse for them, they have a capable attorney and they're not listening to, but maybe on purpose, you know.
But it's hard for us to just sit here now and say what would be okay with, because we don't know what exactly
Right.
it is that they
Yeah,
need. You know, I mean, if they wanted to upgrade the license, because that's, you know, on its own, yeah, maybe that's compelling. But maybe not, right? Then you have the hours, that's a little bit more of what's going on in the building. You know, you have somebody who lives upstairs and said there's not a problem. You have somebody living in the back who says there is a problem across the shaftway, right? That shares the windows and overlooks the basement. So,
Three different votes.
right, so you have all these different things, you have some crime issues and, you know, I'm not so sure the restaurant operation, you know,
Was that a
later
deny?
as an impact. It's just hard to tell with what we've been presented and.
And that they didn't try to work it out, so to your point, you get a balance of what, if they had just said, well, can we have the OP and not the later hours, you find out what the community had an issue with, but. They presented them with three things, all of which they had an issue with, and didn't remove any of them to have a larger conversation to try to.
It's
Narrow
very
it down.
alarming if you hear all of that at once.
It's too much.
And, you know, it's, and I think that what they said in the end really made me think a little bit, and they said, hey, we wanted to open up a wine bar with tapas, right? And they
Wait,
said that
what? They wanted to open up a wine
a
bar,
wine bar with tapas,
right?
and that's what they opened. And,
Right.
and they had the matching hours of what that normally is. And they have another place they've had for a long,
Yeah,
long time. It's not like they went in without
That one has been OP then,
knowing.
right,
Yeah,
right.
but you know, you have all your numbers, you see what people order and, you know, and it's the argument of if they wanted to extend their hours, right? And it was just, oh, we want, but without all these changes and to accommodate a little later seating. There's somebody coming back later, like some of the women we're talking about, these are all independently. But all together
Right.
is a hard to understand. Why people wouldn't fear what it could become, right?
So it's a deny?
And like David said, if they wanted more seating, they could have taken out the service bar area. And had more seating as well.
That's right.
You know, there's a lot of different.
Okay with it. I wasn't okay with the outdoors. I wasn't okay if they didn't have substantial food. But I felt like the neighborhood's like 50-50. The girl has a baby who lives directly above them against the window. I can't like reach a conclusion there and I'm kind of like, yeah, you have one more
Can I
hour.
give Lucille your phone number? She can call you and
Oh,
tell
I
her
know.
concerns.
Not trying to dismiss it. I just hear both sides and I'm like, I sort of understand. I don't know.
I think it's too much. I wouldn't vote to approve.
Okay,
I don't find there any compelling reason to, grant that class change.
6-1, Taco 94 U.
They worked it out.
I worked it out, so I just have to make sure I get, I should probably put something down, Carter, to your points about the hardware on the door.
Yeah, that's for their. For
Just to
them to
keep it
be,
clean.
yeah, no, because if
Yeah.
somebody raised a complaint, they could lose their license.
Yeah.
If you know, that's one of the rules that's not,
No, that's
um,
got it.
uh,
Well,
What's
No, no flex there?
There is absolutely
Grace
not.
period?
If it is found that they have an operable door that doesn't follow the rules within 200 feet on the same block, the license is not renewed the next time.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so we're denying.
He's done a good job with the last space. I thought it was gonna be a mess, but
Okay. He's got the place next door there, is that him? Or
he's
is that
taken
him?
over last
Taken over?
year.
Okay,
He has it in a taco shop like this.
yeah, but, okay, I will say there were lines all over that
It's
sidewalk.
new,
That
well,
was-
cause that was the first time like the Cosme people did like a
Okay.
affordable taco place, but
I didn't realize it was down. Everybody's.
I walk by every day on my way to
The
work.
guy, the
Yeah,
guy from Malta,
Yeah, that guy.
yeah,
they're very popular location.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
good, he's got good food, yeah. he does.
Okay.
Which one is it?
the taco,
The
not the
taco
organized.
Yeah,
But he does like Cosme and.
Yeah, I didn't
Ambra.
realize the Lestino was.
that's why
His-
I was like, that place was such a junky place.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm like,
He has a
now I
really
wanna go.
popular place in
Let him
downtown
open
LA
a
too.
place.
He's like a big, I thought it was really nice. He came here and was just like a
Yeah.
normal.
Oh, no, he's.
Oh, you're like a
he's-
big
he's-
deal.
He's totally a big deal, I'm telling you, you're right.
Okay, the next one was, DC Hudson was the first one. So that's with the piano,
That's the Italian one, yeah.
it's the
The
Italian one,
occasional, yeah.
No, Becca.
yeah, so.
But they
private
said
parties-
they'd stick to what, like Saturday piano done at 10.
One
or
time a
something?
week, done at 10, and private parties 12 times a year.
Yeah. And
So
we get the same steps with DC Spring.
10, just,
my biggest thing is just the people upstairs, because they were pretty,
They were pretty, yes.
I will tell you this, I did send him an email, but like at 5:30, cause I didn't recognize it until. Till I'm too late, and I did send him an email, I did not get a response. There were 3 different people, there's a couple and another guy.
And they may be aware, so they.
so it's interesting in the condo spaces, because the condo unit owner on the ground floor may not be obligated to let the upstairs know.
He's not, I
Yeah.
remember, I
and
remember
so,
that distinctly, it was,
Yeah.
it's a different ownership,
Yeah.
condo was different.
But I will say this, you know, the thing that they posted on the mailboxes in the residential lobby. I mean, is very detailed about what their plans are, including hours and everything.
Yeah,
nobody's saying it's not, but you have to be there to see it, right? And
Yeah.
It's like.
No, that's right. If people are away, cause
The
it is
last-
August.
okay,
Week
so
or 2 in July and the first week or 2 in.
he said he'd keep the doors closed at all times, and he won't have any outside now or in the future.
And I feel good about all the new soundproofing. he's put in.
And the new sound program. So,
I
not for
kind
that,
of
the guy
remember,
before him was supposed to put himself.
yeah, I was gonna say, I remember that guy
Sitting
before,
right
now
there.
you just saying, hearing you say that, Cormac, he said the same thing.
well, I'll put it in the.
I found this concept, like as a marketer, very funny. Like, isn't that what every restaurant wants to do? Don't you want every restaurant to feel like
Like
you are
home?
like at a home and you don't like
Yeah.
turn tables really, that's not a concept. That's like a marketing.
Yeah.
That
thing.
sounded to me like a kind of a bullshit argument for
Yeah.
later hours.
I don't think that's like a concept as in it relates to a business case. I think that's just like what you want
Right.
people to feel.
You know, I think they want to turn the table on an hour and a half usually, right?
I'm going to just
Whatever it is, I
put,
mean.
last
that's funny
reservation,
stuff,
no
right?
new
I mean, whatever
patrons
your
after
model of
10:30.
business, it's-
You must get a good.
Yeah, it's
deal.
after 11 now, so,
Yes.
you know.
Except we never enforce that, so.
But I mean, at least it's
Yeah.
there. If it's a
No, but it's
constant problem, people
important
can make a
documented,
complaint about it. If you start seeing people go in at 12 o'clock every night, then you can start complaining. Nobody sees it, nobody cares,
I just
we don't.
bring that up, it'd never be enforced,
Okay,
that's all.
so we're
Sounds good.
denying less on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, DC Spring, that's the Omakase.
He doesn't.
Same
want-
chef for both, don't
Same-
worry.
same.
He does
No, he does
and he does
everything.
Italian.
One of the things actually we should put in the steps is that these 2 places will run
Independent.
independently, so
Yeah.
it's very upfront and clear to him.
No, he said that, they're good to put that down.
But
And what about
I'm
the certificate of
surprised that-
occupancy? Should I get that in this?
yeah, you
too?
put that in. I'm surprised. This is really strange that it was operated as 1 space in the past and now it's split into 2, but the owners of both, or the operators of both spaces have always
Been the same.
gone together. I'm. that means to me they aren't truly
separate.
separated.
But the owner wants that.
Or whatever it is, there's something, right?
Maybe they can't get the CO changed.
Wonder if
Does it
there's
have the same, there's nothing about a piano in this one?
No, there's
No
no,
piano,
there's
no
just background music, streaming,
Omakase piano.
No outdoors?
no outdoors.
I always want to tell them that their menu does not accommodate vegetarians.
Yeah,
That's out of our purview,
Yeah,
but
but
whenever
that's-
you say for the check size, I'm like, well, it would help you and it would open up your window. if you
right, if you
Didn't
accommodate,
have all meat and fish,
right,
you know?
no, that's a good point.
So,
And so is there anything else I need to put in this, operate separately, same thing,
It was the no outdoors.
and then no outdoors ever on this
Yeah,
one?
down in the future.
Right.
I love that. That is music.
And I think that was it, no operable windows, no outdoor background music, bar,
It
casual
doesn't have
dining.
the
No,
same,
that, no, that does have operable.
Right, but he's not opening them, he's closing them. And then this also no one after 10:30.
This place needed a refresh. I was dumping.
Okay. So we're denying less on that. Page 12.
Serafina?
With
Serafina, what a mess.
Serafina,
Mess.
yeah, like she didn't even seem to know what was going on.
No, she didn't.
No idea.
She was from,
So they're closing at 10, so we're not denying them.
No,
I will put maybe a bold face, we'll follow the clear path, it's the same thing I did. Now,
Yeah.
but you know what, they don't have to close at 10. I
oh,
don't
you
look
said
and
they
see,
didn't because.
I mean, nobody,
They had it before, didn't they?
not at 10, yeah, it had sidewalk, yeah, they had
So,
sidewalk.
I mean, this
I
is
think
an
it closed at
example.
11, I think
Yeah.
it closed at 11 before, so I'll just look up the closing hours and same as before.
I
Okay.
think that what
That's
they need is some clarification on the difference between the open street, the difference between roadbed dining, and the difference between the service of alcohol. Because those three things interplay here. They can set up tables and chairs when it's an open street there.
Right,
yeah, but
The bid is the sponsor and they're a participant, so they can do it. If they have a permanent roadbed structure, that's different, and that's another type of application that they need to make to the city, but I noticed there's a fire hydrant there. I didn't look too carefully, but,
Yeah.
and then the extension of service of alcohol to either requires an application. So those are three different things for the roadway, but to tell them they can't have roadway, I don't think is accurate.
No,
I think
that's
that
not
what
accurate.
they need to be told is, whatever it is, if you're participating in the open street, you need to figure that out and bring that back to us for whatever drinks you want to serve out there and whatever your diagram is.
or maybe they
If
need,
it's the roadbed and they are applying to the city, then they need to come back to us with that, whatever it is, but
right,
there seems to be some confusion. I understand why there would be confusion here and why a manager there might be confused because the open streets are closed. And you could just set up in them with seating, that is allowed.
right.
It's the alcohol service.
Well, yeah, they've never been out in the open street without the alcohol as they are today, but
No, but I'm just saying, they may not,
I specifically, they might not be aware of that for the open street, but I specifically did go back to them on the roadway.
understood, but they may have been told by the bid or the bid application, and the open street includes them in it with dining outside.
all right, good.
All right, all
They
right.
may have
So-
been told by Space Alien something. Well, I think, look, let's just tell them they find an attorney who can explain this to them and let's move on.
So we're denying us on this with the hours of whatever they had before.
Yes,
Okay. Then,
Oh, the hotel. Is a lot.
What the hotel was fun except for the top spin.
Oh, I know, I just like to
so,
figure out, yeah. Okay, this floor, that floor.
Oh, yeah, I did that. That's why it's organized, is because I do that with Warren Pizetsky
oh, really?
before he
So
retired.
that's why that's written out as
Yeah.
well as it is.
And it's also why
Except for
Ambra-
that pop space, I was fine with everything else about that.
All right, so So the hotel we're okay with, except for the pop space, so.
And I think that the pop space could be revisited, but the biggest things, it
Well, your
wasn't,
points were good about.
you know, when they came to us with it, it was like closed off for the hotels. They got a 20% bonus on the hotel, which is huge. But they didn't make it really accessible to
So are
people
we,
under this plan.
so are we, denied? How do I do that? We're okay with everything except for the pop space too. Do we wanna deny the whole thing because, I guess it's one
They
application,
were in agreement. No,
huh?
were they a little bit in agreement that they would go along with? what we said?
No. They were
What
totally
I
fine.
would, I mean, if that's what we have to do to deny the whole thing, then that's what we do. But I
prefer not
would,
to do that.
I
Why don't you
would
suggest
suggest,
it to them?
I would suggest that we reach out to them and ask them to remove the pop space from their
From this
liquor
application
application.
and send us another
Yes,
notice.
come in separately with it. And
Come in
also,
again separately.
Yeah, well, because.
and also a concept, because remember, if they change the concept of the pops, it could become closer to something that we're okay with, and I don't think they knew the history of it
Okay,
and the accessibility of that
They
space.
seemed like, they
And
seemed like they wanted to work something out.
And, and they understood after we explained it, that the pop spacing was not part of that original application, right?
Right.
The other-
well, yeah, this is a new application, so they could make those changes.
You do have the DJ in the lobby once a month. You were trying to get them to time on occasion.
they did define it.
Once a month,
That they pushed the barriers of things earlier on, but I think that people don't do that anymore. Because they're more interested in management of their interior spaces, like getting overwhelmed is much more understood now what that means. And I don't think businesses like to be in that position where they
this is,
lose
yeah.
a little control. I mean, pop-up phenomenons 10 years ago wasn't a, you know, or 8 years ago, was a bigger thing as it is now.
So I think I
Those
got,
live on the outside. On the terraces.
no, the upper,
They were
the
allowed now.
stip,
They
they
were
did, I think the
allowed,
way it
yeah.
was written, and then
Yeah.
the steps are there that they were allowed on the upstairs background.
It's the third,
The reason there's a difference is that the floors are called.
It's the fifth floor or the
different numbering
seventh floor.
For some, whatever marketing, I don't know
Yeah,
what.
oh yeah, that's,
So the floor numbering doesn't match
That was
what if you
weird.
went
It
in
was like
there.
49, marketed as 46. What?
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's
are we,
total,
so I'll see what they'll do with that, and I should send them. And steps, I guess I'll have to look through that. So we're denying less if they remove the pops. And come back,
you
and
know, they.
Mhm.
built
if they
the
don't
hotel
do that,
As,
I
they couldn't build it as a hotel, they could only do it as.
could alternately, could I have them just send it a 30,
Residential.
revise the 30-day notice, so
That's
the
right.
pops will have a
So,
separate
no.
notice?
And so, you know, it was total fraud from the beginning.
It's okay with
I
me
mean,
having
the
those.
Is that
floor
'cause Trump was
numbering,
behind it?
That's the lawyer.
Because Trump was behind it.
because it was Trump.
Yeah.
And that's the way he operates.
But I mean, if that's,
But if they did it, they could do that, right? It was like-
Total fraud from the beginning.
Of course it did.
okay,
They can
So
withdraw,
we're-
put in another one.
we're denying less. On that sort of, until we see what they say.
Yeah.
I'm concerned if they don't remove it, where we're at. Okay, the next one is 3 and 10.
oh, they're coming back.
Yeah,
They laid over, okay,
Yeah, like I said, there's some sharp elbows about some stuff that could get cleaned up here, particularly because it sounds like they want to focus
Yeah.
on some daytime
Yeah.
business. I said to Erica, I will say this out loud, children crawling on the floors of bars.
It's not a good
scares me
thing.
to death. I don't understand that. Out of all the types of businesses,
Yeah.
that is the last business you want your little kid,
yeah,
you know, crawling around on, but.
World Cup matches with 8 televisions. And accordion doors scares me.
Like I said, that's
37.
what needs to be, you know, worked out, but. Look, I mean, they're sports bars, that's what it's been. You know, let's just help it be a better operator and figure out what the issues are before they
Okay,
get going.
so then the next thing was the Slice West,
Oh, my gosh.
so.
I felt so bad for those people, 4.5 hours for an applicant, didn't even show up.
Well, no, it was marked as waived. I just wanna say this, it was marked as waived and they sent an email at 5:30 tonight saying they had an issue. So,
Oh, these people didn't.
yes.
I thought
So
that the
I
applicant
waived-
did.
I
Oh.
waived the applicant because they signed the steps to agree at 10 o'clock. I had not received, or to my knowledge, the office had not received any emails about the issues coming up again with the vent. I've walked by the place and nothing's perfect, but it certainly seems to be close to in compliance. So I assume there were no problems and they emailed at 5:30. The applicant is out of town and I couldn't reach the lawyer. So I couldn't get them in, but I told them that we would hear their complaints. So now this is the opportunity, since this vent problem. Really, if nothing else, they might not be able to fix all the turns in the vent, but the 11 o'clock, they agreed to do that. And the fact that this is still going on, it's an opportunity to try to fix that.
I mean, my God, we've been dealing.
No,
with
I
this.
know, so I think what. I think
Well,
what I'm going to ask is that when he's back in town, I think he comes back in town tomorrow, I'll talk to Mike and just say he needs to. Talk to the residents and figure this out, and we need something in writing. Well, what do you want me to
How many
do?
years has this
Just
happened?
deny it and call it up and let them talk to Lily.
Okay,
I mean,
It's
I
like,
can tell
I'm
you-
sorry,
this,
but
I remember the last time was like 5 or 6 months of back and forth.
it's like never ending. And
come
this
back
guy
in
said he
2
was
months,
gonna
come
fix
back
it
in
all.
2 months. It's-
all right, is everybody okay with
Well,
that?
but if he can fix it in the next week, okay, but
But it can't be just a word of I'm gonna close the vent.
no, he's supposed to have done it.
Right. Okay,
I mean, this
Okay.
is, and he shouldn't have agreed to that. And the guy before him shouldn't have agreed to it, and the guy before him shouldn't have agreed to it, and this guy was the manager before. So it's like, at what
Right.
point,
okay,
you know,
all right, I'll let Mike know. Okay, then the next one is, yes, because Norma was in. For the other one
Yeah.
that and which one was she was on?
Oh, that was on the left bank.
But
I'm fine with it.
So is there anything anybody wants done with that?
About the left bank,
Follows the DOT rules, right?
Sorry.
What did you say, Colton?
It follows the DOT rules.
right, she just doesn't like that there's a sidewalk cafe there, which
No,
I,
it's not, it's a roadbed cafe, it's set up, it's not as bad as it used to be, it's there. They're allowed to have it there,
right, this is my point, she doesn't like that it's
right,
there.
and that's what I
I
mean, I can't,
sympathize, but there's, I don't know that there's much for us to
that's,
do about it.
right,
And they agreed to that.
and they agreed to 10 and they signed steps.
Right,
So there's nothing to do there, and then just, this is what I forgot to do somewhat at SLA 1, we're all fine with all the ones that I waived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, and what, I know that you waived the appearance of slice, but once we do that, we can,
I'll let them know that we're denying it unless they can,
okay.
because it's still, the bad thing still hasn't been fixed, and I was not aware, we were not aware of that, and that was brought to our attention, that was the condition of everything else, so.
Okay.
This is the last thing they're coming to us for, so this is where we're denying it, because they've had opportunity to fix it, and they haven't, they promised they would.
Okay.
Yep, that's that, I
That's
think,
great.
okay, is everybody,
My vote was not in favor of this moment.
yes, I have everything is 6-1 on Gabe's.
yeah,
So I'm not the one. right?
You're the
You
one
are the
that's
one.
not in favor, 6.
Well, I am in favor of the denial, but you have it so that if he's.
Well,
So,
yeah, how do
Say
you
that.
write that?
so,
So
it's
just- I'm-
unanimous.
It's
So it's
right now,
unanimous.
7-0, but if it changes and he
Right,
agrees at
right,
10,
right,
then
right, right.
I'll decide what I'm gonna do with that. I haven't.
Okay, all right, so
I'm gonna
I'll,
withdraw my deny.
okay, so,
Vote.
so we have to see Bob, okay.
Yeah.
I think that covers everything, thank you,
So
everybody.
that's 7.
thank you.
And just as a reminder, we meet the Thursday after Labor Day.
Where do you guys land, SLA 1 on that Elizabeth Street. And then past it.
You know, this is the
I
slow
think
chart.
we were okay with it.
I think we have it on
The
the-
small, the
Tiny.
like 248.
Yeah,